We are live here on YouTube for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Ag Pro 300 here from the Talladega Superspeedway. We're here a little bit earlier than normal. Normally we are here right at race time. We got a few minutes of time to just kind of talk, get ready, mentally prepare ourselves for what will probably be the RCR Invitational. Hence the poll in the chat for the pre-race poll, where it's RC Hart versus everybody else. Who do we think wins it? So, I realistically don't see a way we don't win in this, but hey, you never know. Alright, so there we go. We got ourselves a... let me just double check, make sure all my mic is working and everything. Okay, we got that all turned up. Alright, so yeah, everybody's still talking about the Ryan Sieg second place. That was heartbreaking last week. That is going to be something that will probably loom over him for a decent while. Basically, up until he gets that first win. Once he gets that first win, he'll be able to forget about the .002 seconds that he lost by. So, there we go. We got that all... we got everything all introed in, and we are ready to go. How is everybody doing? We having a good time? Who's everybody thinks is going to win? Go ahead and let us know who you guys think is going to win. Obviously, the poll is there as well. If you guys want to go ahead and let us know. Do you think it's going to be RCR? Do you think it's going to be someone else finding victory lane? RCR, they sweep the front row for the third straight drafting track. They locked out the front row at Daytona. They locked out the front row at Atlanta about a few days later, and then all of a sudden we had ourselves and both races turned into Austin Hill wins, even after we thought for a decent chunk of the race at least that it wasn't going to be an Austin Hill win, which definitely makes it seem like RCR is just inevitable at this type of racetrack. But there we go, we are all settled in and ready to go. Hopefully everybody's having a good time tonight. And yeah, they've got themselves some commercial breaks, so we're just going to chill out, have some conversations. You know what, let's check Twitter, see if we can find a good discussion going on pre-race. Considering the main storyline of the race is going to be RCR versus the field. Parker Clearman, though, starting third. No, I'm starting first in class, quote-unquote, if you want to... because I think, again, the RCR cars are basically a class all their own here. Alright, let's see. Trying to see if we can find something good. I completely forgot. IndyCar qualifying is happening right now. We can go ahead and pull that up real quick. We'll flip over. So let me see if I can pull up IndyCar qualifying. First off, is it already over? I should probably check that before I go and take this completely off course. But come on, where's Peacock? Alright, let's see. Timing and scoring. Here we go. Let's see. No, there is still laps being turned for. Oh wait, no, time is up. Never mind. Time is up. Yeah, for IndyCar qualifying. So, looks like Felix Rosenqvist will be on the pole position in Long Beach. Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, Colton Herta, Marcus Ericsson, and Alex Palou will round out your top 6 starters here for tomorrow's Long Beach Grand Prix. Alright, well, I thought we might be able to get a chance to see a little bit of that, but nope. Qualifying for that is already checkered, so... yeah, willpower was very close to that. 0.0039 was the margin of victory there. Alright, there we go. And back over to NASCAR race day as we get ready for our race. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? I had to make another account. Other account was hacked. Oh, man, that's unfortunate. But, hey, welcome back. We're glad to have you here. And how's everybody doing? We got ourselves a pretty decent turnout already. And there we go. So, it looks like we are very much leaning toward in the RCR direction, that we think RCR is going to just dominate this race. And I say, Talladega race last year was Jeb Burton's first win, as he went and won Stage 2 and the race. That was rain shortened, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe Stage 2 and the race were both ended both by the rain. And they just had made it past halfway, but hadn't made it to the end of Stage 2, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Jeb Burton only leading 17 laps en route to that victory, but, you know, say he was all the way up into the top 5 by the end of Stage 1, so... Goes to show that the RCR cars aren't entirely infallible, but honestly, when it comes to this track, I don't see much of a world where you don't go NASCAR, where you don't go RCR at this point for this track. Again, the first 2 races of the year, both Super Speedway drafting style tracks. Jesse Love on pole for both of them, and Austin Hill is on the outside. This time Austin Hill is on pole with Jesse Love alongside. Slightly different, but it's still the same 2 drivers on that front row. Parker Kligerman going to try and disguise himself as a potentially extra driver here. Oh, they just... Oh, no! Oh, actually, Anthony Alfredo. I was going to say, they were just doing a big roulette on the thing to go ahead and decide who they talk about next, and I thought they were going to land on Austin Hill, and I was going to be like, well, that's going to be one of the easiest ones to talk about, but nope. Talking about Anthony Alfredo. So he's finished a best of 6th place at Talladega on 2 different occasions here inside the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and Anthony Alfredo rolls off from the 11th position here tonight. So, I mean, certainly wouldn't rule him out of a potential contender. Again, the only thing is that you're going to have to find a way to beat Austin Hill and Jesse Love in this contest if you want to have a foot on the start line at this point. You basically got to have some idea as to how you're going to beat Austin Hill. And speaking of Austin Hill, there he is. Now he did win those first 2 races on the season, but Jesse Love did not look. Jesse Love looked extremely capable there too. Hey Kevin, how's it going? I wonder how JRM is going to do. Definitely curious. You got Sammy Smith starting up inside the top 5, but I believe that's the only Junior Motorsports driver inside the top. Oh, where is the next Junior Motorsports driver? Let me pull up another leaderboard real quick. I believe the next highest, after Sammy Smith in 5th, you got the next highest Junior Motorsports car is 15th with Sam Mayer. Then you got 16th with Allgaier. And then the 9 of Brandon Jones rolls off from the 23rd position. That's quite a ways down to be having to come from. But, yeah, the Junior Motorsports cars should be strong enough to come from deep in the field. Speaking of coming from deep in the field, you got Jeb Burton start rolling off the grid in the 35th position. That is so far back. I don't know if... Again, it's possible to come from the back of the field. Jordan Anderson coming from 32nd position. That's another name I would look at for guys to be making moves early. Matt Benedetto in that 28th position. I mean, it's not impossible to make those kinds of moves, but especially at this track, but it's one of those things where it's more likely than not that you struggle to get that one. You struggle to gain the positions necessary, which especially if the team gets split up, which, again, two of their drivers are kind of together, but two drivers is rarely enough drivers to kind of control the field unless you've got the front two drivers in the race, which obviously RCR has had for a decent chunk of super speedway racing this year. Then you've got the and then on Sunday tomorrow we've got the NASCAR Cup Series race, which will also feature two teammates who will try and take over the race in the early portion. As you've got the front row Motorsports drivers of Michael McDowell on the pole position, and yes, I will be bragging quite a bit on my boy there, Michael McDowell getting his second career pole, and second pole of the season after the pole at Atlanta. And he will be starting with Todd Gilliland, his teammate, right on his rear bumper. So not quite the same lockout of the front row, but it'll be actually a little bit easier for those two drivers to work together where they're going to be lined up on each other's bumpers for the start of this race. So there we go. And yeah, we are just chilling here and getting ready for the start of the race. So hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day so far as we get, it's 25 laps in stage 1. That is a very short sprint style stage. Also, remember to go ahead and collect your NASCAR fan reward points for just checking the leaderboard. You can get a free 50 points just for checking in there. You don't even have to do anything. You just gotta check the leaderboard once, check in, get a free 50 points, and those points can be built up and used on stuff like autographed diecasts, race tickets, and much more. So, not a paid advertisement or anything, but if they're giving away free stuff, I don't want you guys to miss out on it. Especially if you guys like free stuff, which I don't know, maybe you guys don't like free stuff, but I do. I'm collecting them up this year. Then you can also check out the dashboard points, and it will have you click a link to one of the NASCAR articles this week. Usually it's a quiz. It's a little 4-question multiple choice quiz. But today it's just a click it and it'll take you to one of their articles on the former winners at Talladega. And all you have to do is click it and you'll get an automatic bonus 10 points there. So there we go. Who wins today? Shocker, Jamie McMurray is taking Austin Hill. That had to be a first overall pick there. David Reagan's taking AJ Allmendinger. Let's see. Who's going to be left? As I say, there's Jesse Love. That would be the a contender for that first overall pick. Allmendinger, though, is not a bad choice if you're looking at this Xfinity Series grid. I mean, again, he might not be my first choice, but even though I love him as a driver, I haven't seen it from anybody other than the RCR cars for a decent chunk, and especially this season, the RCR cars have just been unbeatable on the super speedway. So I think you got to beat them before I can really say that I think anyone other than the RCR cars are capable of victory here. And they were all so close at both races, because Jesse Love ended up wrecking out at Daytona. Austin Hill ended up being able to control the front of the field himself from there, and then both drivers had issues in the Atlanta race. And then as drivers were running out of fuel coming down the end of the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Atlanta, Austin Hill emerged with the most fuel at the end of the race to win that one. Again, they've beaten them in every way imaginable, so yeah, I am curious to see if we do see a new team win here, or if we see potentially just Jesse Love get his first career win, because somehow he is still winless in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, despite a lot of good runs, not even just the plate tracks. I mean, he's gotten 2 top 5s, 3 pole positions up to this point. I mean, Jesse Love is a really good driver. And it would not shock me to see him go and pick up the win here. So, yeah, he top 5'd at Richmond. He was the runner-up at Phoenix. And then he, with his 2 pole positions to start the season, finished 20th and 12th after issues in both the Daytona and Atlanta races. So, hey, Graham, how's it going? Kligerman's your pick, and Jeffrey Earnhardt is the dark horse pick. Okay, hey, I don't mind that. I think I'm gonna stick with the tried and true. I'm gonna say Austin Hill is my favorite for the race. I know, super bland. And for my dark horse pick, you know what? We're gonna go bold since I'm going so vanilla for the regular pick. We're going Jordan Anderson for my dark horse pick. And I know I've got at least one person in chat who will very much appreciate that pick. Patrick, I saw you pop in here earlier. So, Jordan Anderson for the race win. I'm sure that would be a cool one to see. But yeah, he will have to come from the 32nd position, which is a long trek to the front of the field. And there we go. All the drivers going around fist bumping each other and getting ready for this one. But yeah, Kligerman's certainly not a bad pick. I'll be rooting for Kligerman throughout the race. He's another one of those drivers I just like. And then you got Jeffrey Earnhardt driving the number 26 Toyota coming through the field. We will keep an eye on him as best we can. Of course, the TV chooses what camera angles I even get to see, so. And right now we're getting to see a cinnamon bun. Yay. Thank you, Wendy's, for showing me that, because now I'm hungry. But, yeah, so. There we go. We got 11 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in so far. And, yeah, we're getting ready to go racing here in Talladega. Let me do a quick weather check for tomorrow, because I know everybody's been talking about the weather all week leading up to this one. In particular, about the weather on Sunday not looking good. Let me see. Lincoln, because the track is not actually in Talladega, Alabama, the town. So if you're looking up the weather, make sure you're looking up Lincoln, Alabama, not Talladega, Alabama. They're both in Talladega County, so it's very much a possibility. Yeah, so it looks like the rain will be wrapping up sometime around 10:30, 11 o'clock tomorrow, based on current forecast. I mean, theoretically, that is definitely, we could be racing by 3 to 4 p.m. And I mean, it would be a little bit of a stretch if we get racing at 4 p.m. as to whether or not we get the full 500 miles in before it gets dark. But I mean, it's a reasonable possibility that we could get from a 4 p.m. start time there, and that's assuming that we aren't able to get going at 3. Again, we'll have to wait and see, because weather forecasts are definitely fluid. Because that's the same weather forecast I checked earlier when my friend asked me, and we did not get the same result. We were seeing plenty of rain. So we will definitely have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, so how's everybody doing? What's everybody been up to this point? Let's say we got a decent, we got 10, 11 people hanging out in chat. Alright, let's see. And they are back from commercial break, which means we should be getting ready for the command to start the engines and rolling out onto the track. So, they've got the Xfinity Series starting grid, and of course we're going to get to see this finish probably 500 times today. But there we go, the Sam Mayer versus Ryan Sieg finish. And now we can see the other finish where Ryan came up just short of victory. But yeah, both of those races, the battle between Austin Hill and Oh, hey, look, Blaney and Suarez are in the booth. Ain't no way they planned that. But, yeah, the other .002 finish in the series, got Suarez over Blaney earlier this year, and then Ryan Sieg coming up short to Sam Mayer earlier last week in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So, well, it looks like 60-40 odds on RCR over anyone else based on our based on the chat poll. So, definitely looks like RCR is the favorite, but anyone else definitely has some votes. I mean, granted, those are some good odds if you want to take if you want to look at it from purely a statistical point of view. I mean, RCR gives you 2 shots to win, versus the other 36 cars is a lot of opportunity to try and go out there and win that one off of just 36 shots versus 2. Problem is that's like 2 nuclear bombs versus 36 bullets or something, but yeah, not sure I would be on the right side of that pick, but yep. So they got drivers still climbing into the car, so not quite ready for the start to the command. But yeah, definitely curious to see Suarez and Blaney both up in the booth breaking this one down for everybody. That actually seems like a booth I would actually want to listen to. Normally I'm broadcasting these races because, especially in the Cup Series, the booths just have not been overly inspiring to me. I haven't really enjoyed many of the booths since since Darrell Waltrip's retirement, pretty much. It's been rough for me trying to find a there we go. Yep, there's the Grand Marshal. Start drivers, start the engines. But yeah, basically ever since Darrell Waltrip retired, especially the Cup broadcasts, I mean, the commentary was just kind of average at best. And I mean, obviously the play-by-play guy he's been the gem of Fox for the longest time. And why am I blanking on his name? Literally blanking on his name. I gotta look it up. I'm embarrassed I'm having to look it up. I'm sure I'll think of it. Let's see. Fox NASCAR announcers. NASCAR Cup announcers. Mike Joy. There we go. Not sure why that one completely blanked on my mind on that one, but yeah, Mike Joy has been a gem over at Fox for the longest time. Obviously, they had Darrell Waltrip for a long time as well. That duo, honestly, I think that duo probably could have called the entire series for another 10, 15 years, but ultimately Darrell decided to retire, which, fair enough to him. Hopefully he's enjoying his retirement in Tennessee or wherever he's at nowadays. But when that left him with just Jeff Gordon and Mike Joy was doing well, but they needed some flavor added to the booth. And for a little while, Clint Boyer did well, but it's just kind of one of those things where it was never... it kind of started to run its course, trying to do the exact same thing. So there we go. And yeah, we got ourselves more commercial breaks. Gotta love it. Gotta love it when the races are on Network Fox and we get commercial break after commercial break after commercial break. It gives plenty of time for us to have some discussion. So if any of you guys have any topics you want to discuss, feel free to throw them in there, and we will go ahead and try and mention them. So there we go. Let's see. looking on Twitter for a good discussion to jump in on. And, they're coming back from commercial break, so we won't need to find a discussion over on Twitter to talk about. Alright, so there we go. So, yeah. Definitely, Talladega is a beast of a racetrack. One I definitely want to go to at some point. Oh, yeah, something I completely forgot about this announcement as well. But we had the announcement of the revitalization of the IROC series with an actual on-track racing, at least demonstration or exhibition event with the old school IROC cars at the Lime Rock Raceway in Connecticut, and I might try and go there and see what I can see. I don't know if I'll be able to with my schedule, but I'm gonna try. I kind of want to go there. It's certainly intriguing. And there we go. Cars are rolling off pit road, so we're gonna go ahead and end the pre-race poll, and we will go ahead and throw up a poll for stage 1 for who we think's gonna win it here. Alright, here we go. And we'll go ahead and put and other. So I know I did intentionally leave out a name compared to the way I normally do it. I normally do the top 3 starters for each stage up there, but I opted to skip Jesse Love in favor of fitting Cole Custer on the poll. So if you guys really are that upset, go ahead and vote other for Jesse Love, and we'll see how it goes. But there we go. And yeah, they're going through the starting grid, so we will do the same. We got ourselves Austin Hill and Jesse Love. We've talked about those two on the front row plenty. Parker Kligerman and Cole Custer rounding out row number 2. Row 3 is Sammy Smith and Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex getting some part-time starts here in the number 20, looking to try and go and win a race similar to what he did last year. And this race certainly could be an opportunity to try and do that. Chandler Smith and Riley Herbst on row number 4 is definitely an interesting combo. I'm not sure it would be my number 1 choice, but hey, they're both pretty good drivers, and they managed to qualify up inside the top 10, and that means quite a bit here. Josh Williams having a pretty good qualifying run for a driver who's had a really rough start to his season, and he starts alongside Sheldon Creed. Anthony Alfredo in the number 5 car rolls off in the 11th position, and on his outside is Patrick Emmerling. Taylor Gray in the number 19 car will roll off from the 13th position, along with AJ Allmendinger on his outside. Then you've got in row number 8, you've got Sam Mayer and Justin Allgaier, the Junior Motorsports teammates there. Oh, Taylor Gray is going to the rear of the field. That is unfortunate. It looks like unapproved adjustments or something, I would assume. Joey Gase and Shane Van Gisbergen make up row number 9. And row 10 will be David Starr for MBM Motorsports and Kyle Weatherman, rounding out your top 20 starters here. Parker Retzloff is the highest qualified of the Jordan Anderson cars. He'll roll off 21st, and Jeremy Clements in the 22nd position. Brandon Jones, the worst qualified of the Junior Motorsports cars, rolls off 23rd. And last week's runner-up, Ryan Sieg, rolls off 24th. 25th, brother of Ryan Sieg, it's Kyle Sieg. And the third RSR car, Ryan Sieg Racing car is driven by Blaine Perkins, who will be rolling off from the 26th position. 27th, Brendan Poole in the number 44, and Matt DiBenedetto in the number 38 car rolls off 28th. Cesar Baccarella will roll off in the 45 car from the 29th position, and Dawson Cram in the 30th position. Haley Deegan comes from deep in the field, 31st starting position for her, and Jordan Anderson on her outside in row number 16. Row 17, Leland Honeyman Jr. and Jeffrey Earnhardt will round out that row. Jeb Burton and Josh Balicki, and the final row is made up by Ryan Ellis and Mason Massey. And here we go, pace car is off, and we're already ready to go racing. Let's go. And field is in the hands of the RCR teammates. Based on the fact that the control car has chosen the outside line of Austin Hill, I am anticipating a checkup from Love here, and we're going to see these two potentially try and make something work here. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. They are they are racing for the first time, but oh my, it looks really slow for that start. I don't know if that's normal, but man, that looks slow. Alright, and here we go. Here comes Jesse Love's doing a little bit of side drafting after checking up that inside line. Able to get the 21 down in front, but yeah, these cars look noticeably slower. I don't know if they've made a change since Daytona, or if it's just this track in particular being bigger, making them look so slow, but yeah, they are visibly slower, it looks like. And here we go. Austin Hill and Jesse Love moved up the track. Love stuck in the middle here. Austin Hill had to go back down the bottom to defend, and ultimately had to leave his teammate out to dry, who played such a good teammate game to allow Hill down to that inside. Although, honestly, if he hadn't done it, I think Austin Hill could have just taken that inside from him. And here we go. Parker Kligerman jumps to the top line, and Austin Hill follows him up there. Sammy Smith now on that bottom, potentially gonna just take the lead here. You got Sammy Smith and Chandler Smith running 1-2 on that inside line as they move up to the middle line right ahead of Jesse Love. And that will take some of that energy out of that bottom line, although here we go. Now they go to the bottom line. And I say, these two can't seem to figure out exactly where they want to be between the 8 and the 81. The 8 of Sammy Smith, he wants to lead this lap if he can. I don't know if he's going to be able to. We'll have to wait and see. The push from Jesse Love to teammate Austin Hill on the top side. It's going to be Austin Hill at the line there. Austin Hill able to lead the first 2 laps after massive challenge from the inside line. But now the two RCR teammates have found each other, and they've found the front of the field once again. I think it's pretty likely that they will try and resume control of the race here from this top line. And oh, here we go. Cole Custer pops out of line. He's going to try and make a move, but he's all by himself there. That is not the recipe for success. And say Cole Custer falling into the middle here. Luckily, he does have his teammate there in Riley Herbst ready to back him up, along with the fellow Ford there of Ryan Sieg, also up the middle. Ryan Sieg, the highest running of the Dash for Cash participants today. Oh, wait, oh, nope. And now it's alright, we've also got AJ Allmendinger, who finished up inside the top 4 last week. Allmendinger's up to 6th place. He is the highest scored of the Dash for Cashers. So here we go. Alright, so again, they are finally starting to settle into a rhythm here. And again, Austin Hill and Jesse Love, these are the premier cars in this series. Again, we've kind of talked about them being a class all their own. I don't think that's too much of an over-exaggeration at this point. Alright, and Shane Van Gisbergen has the Wendy's car this week. That is a pretty cool sponsorship for him. I don't know if they have Wendy's in Australia or New Zealand, but I'm thinking they might want to open up one after sponsoring the guy from New Zealand, but right now I think Hill and Love are so torn right now between, do you continue to defend the top line and basically try and drag the entire racing groove to the outside? Or do you try and move down the track at some point? And looking at the field, I think that answer has been made for them because the bottom two lines have both disintegrated and there is no help down there if Hill and Love opt to try and go down there. So, I mean, only 5 laps completed here, but Austin Hill and Love have made this a very tough race for anyone to really pop out of line here. Because if any of these guys pop out of line, they're going to lose serious points, and they can't really afford to be losing points, especially the guys who are fighting to try and get into this playoff picture. Guys like Shane Van Gisbergen. Parker Kligerman's part of that group trying to point their way into that championship. Even Jeremy Clements is still within range, potentially, of pointing his way in, so... Alright, let's see. What else do we got? So, 6 laps completed. Again, right now, most of the field is single file right around that top line. Can't even see who the... Yeah, I can't even see who the first car out of line is back there with the camera angles that Fox has been choosing. Alright, let's see. Wider camera angle. Who is that all the way on the bottom? That is Chandler Smith is the first driver I see out of line. Alright, let's see. And right now we're all just chilling. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic time, but they're going to their first commercial break, which means we got ourselves a chance to just kind of hang back and talk. Let's see. Alright. Actually, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick, and I will be right back, guys. I'm going to go ahead and run an ad, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. And hopefully that didn't drop off too much. Hopefully everybody's still here. Alright, let's see. Alright, so there we go. We're just chilling. And let's see. We got... Oh, wow, we're actually in the subscriber there. Nice. Let's go. Alright, so yeah, we are just chilling here. Should be coming back from commercial any minute. We got an ad for the Celsius drinks, which as I've heard some poor reviews of, so not really sure how good they actually are because I don't drink them. So maybe if any of you guys in the comment section have tried them. All right, let's see. Ace Hardware commercial. Got a bunch of commercials for just a bunch of random stuff. Let's see. Austin Hill still leading. Still has not lost the lead. Oh, we got a challenge to the inside, and we got ourselves back from commercial breaks. So the battle to the inside line, Chandler Smith and the others have made their way up there alongside. The battle is currently for 5th place between them. So they've actually made a pretty big charge to the front here. You got Chandler Smith, Cole Custer on the inside line. So far, Sheldon Creed's up 24 spots from the start of the race. I believe he had to go to the rear of the field to start it. Taylor Gray's up a lot of spots here. So, yeah, that inside line, you got the 3 Fords there of Ryan Sieg and the 2 SHR cars of Herbst and Custer. Austin Hill comes down the track to make the block here. They are all right along the back bumper of Austin Hill here. And, oh, wow, what is Sieg, or not Sieg, sorry, what is Chandler Smith up to? Okay, Hill did lead at the line, but only by a nose. Custer and the Fords have absolutely come to play here. Right now, you got Jesse Love and Austin Hill absolutely working as a side draft to perfection here. But those 3 Fords are trying to outnumber them right now. But right now, the strength of the pure strength out of those RCR cars are just really strong. It's not going to be an easy pass to make, and especially if those 2 drivers are very well aware of what's going on that inside line, which they very much should be. And here we go. Let's see. Ryan Sieg is up into the money spot here as he is up into the 8th position. But now they're starting to drop because the inside line itself is starting to fade. Alright, let's see. What do we got going on? Alright, let's see. Got Ryan Trix. Again, just the 2 lines battling here. It looks like Custer is starting to slip. Battles now for 7th, 8th, and yeah, the 00 Cole Custer is fading fast here. It's not gonna be long before he's stuck having to battle the 91 of Kyle Weatherman just to try and get into the top 10. All right, let's see. Alright, so they are listing on board right now with the 98 car. As I say, these 3 Fords on the inside, and then you've got Anthony Alfredo behind him in a Chevrolet, then you've got Creed in a Toyota. I mean, there's a little bit of a mixed match group of guys behind them, but, I mean, they're not weak cars by any stretch of the imagination, the guys behind them. But, yeah, right now, though, these Fords, they've shown some power, but they got to actually be able to power past Hill at this point. Otherwise, I don't know if you're going to really see much of a difference. I don't think what we've seen is going to force Hill or Love to make much of an adjustment at this point, as they are still running 1-2. And here we go, let's see. Parker Kligerman from 4th place. Do we think there's a chance that Kligerman could go and win this stage? Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just kind of working our way through this one. Most of the field is single file. You've got a few Fords on the bottom that are still trying to challenge, but it looks like they've lost Anthony Alfredo's support. And we'll slowly lose support from the rest of the cars in the line. Alright, here we go. I will say, I'm actually quite impressed with Shane Van Gisbergen, and he's been able to hang on. He's just hanging in there, riding inside the top 10 right now. I mean, that's the kind of quiet day he needs to have to try and alright, let's see. commercial break. And yeah, right now these RCR cars are looking pretty close to unstoppable here. Alright, well, based on the poll, it looks like we think it's going to be other, which I'm just going to assume that most of those other votes are meant for Jesse Love or Parker Cleveland. One of those two is going to win this stage. Somehow we don't think Austin Hill is going to be able to find a way to hang on to it. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. Looks like Pete Pistone is arguing that on Twitter that the on-track racing product would be worse with more practice, which I think the amount of different drivers at the front might go down. But I mean, as of right now, your race winners are only Hendrick and Gibbs anyway. I mean, I don't know how much more dominant they can really get. Versus at least practice, you'd have a chance, like, for example, a team like the front row Motorsports guys would have had more time to potentially work with the new data that they haven't had before. I was listening to some quotes from Michael McDowell from Texas this past weekend. Sounds like they're only just now starting to get a hang of what all they can do with the new data that they have. With the new alliance that they acquired with Team Penske over the off-season. Alright, let's see. Any other good discussions to be having here on Twitter here? Alright, let's see. Nothing in chat. Just wanted to double check, see if anyone wants to talk about the idea of practice. Let's see. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, right now, everybody's just kind of stuck around this high line. Looks like, again, almost the entire inside line is just kind of evaporated. Ryan Sieg, who was part of that group, is back in 19th place. So if they are still in line to try and make some moves, they're back in 18th, 19th or so. Which is not really prime spots to try and make something happen, especially with only 5 laps left in this stage. I mean, I would assume that at some point you're going to see some of these guys popping out of line. Brandon Jones has actually made up a lot of spots. He's up to 11th place right now. Any spots he can gain would be bonus points beyond where he's currently slated to finish in this stage. Got Justin Allgaier who's moved his way up into the top 10. You got Allmendinger, who also didn't start up inside the top 10, but has worked his way up to there. Jeffrey Earnhardt's moved his way up to 28th so far, and let's see, everybody's still on the lead lap, which is obviously a big thing. Nobody's had any mechanical issues or anything. And Haley Deegan is currently last place, by the way, in terms of the drivers on that lead lap. Benedetto's up to 25th, which is not terrible, especially considering that car has a lot less Ford resources on it than, say, the Ryan Sieg cars. Jordan Anderson's lost one spot since the original start of the race, but over the course of 25 laps, I wouldn't be surprised to see some drivers going up, ebbing and flowing there. Josh Williams, who started up inside the top 10, or at least inside, yeah, he started 9th. He's already faded all the way outside of the top 20. Alright, let's see. Again, right now you got 3 laps to go, and I don't really know what more you can do here to try and make something happen. But I think you got to try something, because as of right now, what you're doing isn't working well enough to get you there. So, again, I don't know what you need to do, but you got to do something. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Brandon Jones to the bottom line. There we go. Finally, somebody pokes out a line, and they're going to start making their moves. Looks like Allgaier to the bottom. Looks like the Junior Motorsports cars might be starting to make a charge here. Alright, let's see. And everybody's popping out of line here. 2 laps to go. Again, we've talked about some of these guys in the Fords all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. Parker Kligerman pops out of line to the bottom of the racetrack. Now, Allgaier trying to work both lines in behind him. Jesse Love to the bottom of the racetrack. Can Jesse Love steal this one from his teammate? Now, granted, Chandler Smith, he was leading that inside line for a decent chunk of time there. And, oh, Jesse Love barely clears himself in front of his teammate as he makes the first pass for the lead on track all day long. And here we go. It's going to be a 1-lap dash here. We got 1 to go here before the yellow flag for the stage end. And, oh, it might be even sooner than that. Oh, ow. Justin Allgaier goes for a spin off of turn number 2 as they were just heading onto the back straightaway, and that car is destroyed. As a window nets down to signal to the safety crews that he is okay. We're looking to see what the timing and scoring is going to say. It looks like Kligerman is going to be second. Kligerman in second is going to be interesting. Austin Hill went from leading every lap until the second to last lap in the stage to now he's going to be restarting in potentially third. Yeah, there we go. So it's going to be Love, Kligerman, Hill, Chandler Smith, Allmendinger, Truex, Shane Van Gisbergen, Brandon Jones does collect a couple of points, Weatherman, and Jeremy Clements. But, yeah, that spin just, just some bad push there from the 98, I guess. I mean, the 17, or not 17, the 7 was checked up a lot off that corner and was moving up and down the track, which was not making it easy for the 98 team to try and give a good push. So, Jesse Love, stage 1 winner. There we go. So, I guess for everybody that picked other, you guys got your dark horse winner there with Jesse Love stealing the victory from Austin Hill at the very last second. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Let's see. A lot of NASCAR drivers are complaining about the fact that the scoring pylon, the big tower of numbers, has disappeared from Texas last week, and now Talladega this week also does not have a. The scoring pylon has also been removed there. Alright, let's see. Alright, just double checking all that. Nothing too out of the ordinary on Twitter to talk about, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the bathroom. I will be right back, guys. I'm back from the bathroom, and we are here. Alright, let's see. I saw some pit stops going on. It looked like a potential problem there for the 48 team. Let me see if I can get caught up on pit stops from Bob. Bob Bocker's over on Twitter. Definitely a worthwhile follow. Me and the guys over at the Lapdown podcast got a chance to actually interview him this a week ago before the Texas race. So, as I say, definitely glad to see the 7's okay after seeing some other angles of that crash as well. I mean, that is not one of those wrecks you want to see. Obviously, we'll have to wait until further evaluation to know for sure how good he is, but here we go. Let's see. See if Bob has anything on the pit stops. Nothing yet, so we'll have to wait and see if he has anything from the track. But as of right now, we got Jesse Love out front. Yeah, Austin Hill looks like he's going to line up second. And, yeah, Parker Kligerman nowhere to be seen. Hopefully his car isn't like, completely toasted or anything. Let's see, where did Parker Kligerman come out here? He's going to be restarting. Wow. Where is he? 28th for Parker Kligerman. Whatever his problem was, it was pretty major because he's going to be coming from deep in the field. Now, of the drivers in the field, he is one of those drivers I would anticipate having the ability to actually overcome a problem like that, but we'll have to wait and see if it holds true. Alright, here we go. So, yep, they're at commercial break still. We're waiting to, once they get back from commercial break, we should hopefully have a pretty good view of it. Ooh, we got UFL, Michigan versus San Antonio, and DC versus Birmingham. Don't know if either of those games are going to be worth watching. Not overly interested in the UFL, but we are now also exactly 5 days away from the start of the NFL draft on Thursday night. So for any of the NFL viewers that I have, I know we covered some NFL in the offseason. Unfortunately, I'll be busy during night 1 of the draft, but if you guys want to see me live react to night 2 of the draft, maybe I might end up doing it on YouTube, but I don't know. It's going to be late. It'll definitely depend on the schedule of everything from the work day on Friday. But, yeah, those day 1 picks are going to be important. Still don't know who my team's taking on day 1. I've got the Colts and a lot of hope, but not a whole lot of direction as to what we directly need because we didn't get to see what our quarterback was capable of this past year. But lights are out on the pace car, which means we're going back racing here. So time to cut the NFL talk and time to talk about racing. And there's Allgaier, who is out of the care center. Glad to see he's okay. It's only his 50th career DNF in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I mean, hey, that's a pretty impressive record to only have 50 of them across what has been a very long and storied career. I mean, as I say, he has done very well at almost every rank of NASCAR in the lower levels, and especially the Xfinity Series. He has been a championship contender for a long while. But, yeah, 50 DNFs he's now hit. Not a milestone I think he ever wanted to hit, but here we go. It's going to be about a 20-lap dash here to the checkers for stage 2. Here we go. Green, green, green. We'll be going green flag racing. Love on the outside is control car. You got Austin Hill on the inside, who will probably be checking him up. Let's see. I don't know. It's hard to tell if they're checking up or just these restarts. They look extremely slow. I mean, they build plenty of speed, but on these restarts, these cars are just looking really sluggish. But here we go, down the back straightaway. Everybody trying to pop out of line already. So you got Allmendinger and Ryan Sieg. So you got a couple of the Dash for Cash guys up in the mix. Obviously, Justin Allgaier was one of those 4 drivers for the Dash for Cash. So that 4 drivers has now become 3. 3 drivers left in that Dash for Cash hunt. Alright, here we go. Let's see. And here we go. Hill and Love again. The sooner these two can try and get in line together. There we go. Hill moves up in front of Love, and that's going to allow Ryan Trix to the inside to try and challenge Hill for the lead. And here we go. There's that RCR teamwork. RCR on RCR push here. You got Love into Hill. And that's going to push the 21 out ahead of everybody else. And we'll have to just wait and see what everybody else can form up here. You got Parker Clearman, the second place stage winner. He's starting to make his way up the field. He's already up 10 spots up into the 18th position. Matt DeBedetto up 18 spots since the restart. That's a pretty good place to be. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Ryan Sieg's making his way towards the front. He's part of that. Is he part of that Ford train on the bottom? I see a couple of Fords at the bottom. Yes, there he is. Yep. So Ryan Sieg is the second Ford on the very bottom line. But they are starting to chug their way forward here. Right now, that 3 wide for second here. 3 wide for second. You got Love up top. You got Trix in the Ryan Trix in the middle, and you got Cole Custer all the way at the bottom of the racetrack. And let's see. You've got, again, Austin Hill and Jesse Love. These two both want to try and just dominate this race. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Ryan Sieg is starting to move up, kind of poking his nose out of line, but I don't know if that's the right move to be making right now. I think those 3 Fords need to just work together and stay working together so that they can maybe beat the RCR duo up top. And now Ryan Truex has found his teammate in the 18 of Sheldon Creed, who was formerly a teammate of the 21 car. And they left on anything but amicable terms. And here we go, the 00 with a big run, able to go out there and clear Austin Hill. And that's going to put Cole Custer out in front of the field here at Talladega Superspeedway. Alright, let's see. So, now Cole Custer's out in front. He's going to try and work both lanes. The problem is that trying to block that top line is going to get tough. And there we go. Yep, the push got there. Alright, so yeah, right now the 00 Cole Custer actually able to carry enough momentum right now to actually pull himself to the lead. It's actually a pretty good idea. Not a bad idea here at all. 15 laps left in this segment. And now you got Ryan Trix and Ryan Sieg. Oh, great. We got some Ryan on Ryan battling here. I'm going to say, if Ryan Trix ends up coming up short here today, that'll be embarrassing to see another Ryan coming up short in a potential close finish. To wait and see, because Cole Custer's still not giving up that top line. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, the 2 and the 21 are actually kind of subdued right now. They need a run, and any run that they start building, the 00 will be able to see coming. let's see, 12 laps into this stage, nearing the halfway point, and yeah, so far this stage they're going. They're going side by side commercial break, which means we get to see the track. Let's go. And yeah, that bottom line, Ryan Sieg is pulled out to a lead, and Ryan Sieg is going to lead at Talladega. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Ugh, man. So yeah, this battle for the lead is definitely more interesting now that the three Fords have kind of taken over the front of the field. You got Ryan Sieg moving up in front of Cole Custer, trying to work both lines of Fords between the Cole Custer line and the and his Stewart Haas Racing teammate Riley Herbst, basically trying to avoid those two potentially teaming up against him. Alright, so there we go. So let's see, again, right now the RCR cars don't seem to have a ton of ways to build up a big run, and right now they desperately need a very big run. Because right now there's just not much room for where Austin Hill would go to try and win this stage out of nowhere. Alright, let's see. Again, 14 laps in. We got a 25 lap segment here. And as I say, these Fords are trying to hold whatever control they can over the front of this field. Alright, let's see. So Dover next Saturday will not be home for it, unfortunately, as their truck race. Alright, so it's actually, the National Weather Service is looking a lot better for Talladega Cup than it has been so far this weekend. But Ryan Sieg with a massive amount of work being done to try and get this one. Now you got the two SHR teammates who have linked up and moved to the top of the track. Herbst over Cole Custer. Austin Hill able to jump in front of them and trying to maintain that lead there, but now he's got Jesse Love to the inside that he can duck down to if he feels the need to. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Ryan Sieg is going to do everything he can to try and maintain this race lead. Alright, let's see. Right now the 2 and now the 81 has managed to get by him here. I don't know. The question is, what do you end up doing if you're the 21 and there isn't a chance for your teammate to get back in the mix? Alright, so yeah, right now, so a lot of, oh, here we go. Down to the bottom goes Hill. No, Hill back up to the top. I thought Hill was going to try and work that bottom with Chandler Smith, but no, Chandler Smith coming with a head of steam. Hill tries to go, Sieg trying to go down, up and down to block both lanes here. I don't know if Ryan Sieg's going to be able to keep this up. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Chandler Smith, with the help of Jesse Love, has absolutely gotten to the front of the field. Now it's just a matter of can he keep it. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just working our way through this one. eight laps to go in stage number 2. You got Austin Hill, who will be in the number 62 for Beard Motorsports tomorrow. You got Shane Van Gisbergen, who will be driving the number 16 tomorrow. You actually got a lot of double-duty drivers tomorrow. I haven't looked to see if Herbst is in the 15 car. Oh, wait, no, Herbst is in the 15 car. That's Cody Ware this week, so. But, yeah, there's a couple guys racing in both this race and the race tomorrow, so. Kind of curious to see. Alright, we got ourselves a full-screen commercial break. Alright, there we go. Definitely still a little bit under the weather, but definitely trending in the right direction, which is always the best case scenario there. Alright. So, still under commercial break. Ryan Truex to the top of the board. Not sure where he came from. We're going to have to wait and see the pass to that position there. Got Austin Hill, Brandon Jones up in the mix. Jesse Love into 5th. Jeb Burton's made his way through the field. There's an impressive group of guys there. And now Austin Hill and Jesse Love back up to the top 3. And we're under green. Sorry, for whatever reason the flag on my sidebar is yellow, but well, it's showing yellow, but it also says green underneath it, so I got thrown off by that. Jordan Anderson still back in 31st place. He was inside the top 10 at the end of Daytona. Had an unfortunate start to the Atlanta race, but theoretically, if Jordan Anderson runs well enough here, he could keep getting more and more starts in the Jordan Anderson racing team. Potentially even find a sponsor to carry him for a full season, potentially next season. Obviously, he already has 2 full-time drivers, but he'd be able to potentially make a full-time owner-driver move happen, which we haven't seen a full-time owner-driver actually be a part of a multi-car team, because technically the team owner for I call it Ryan Sieg Racing. I think it's technically Rod Sieg Racing. With Rod Sieg, Ryan's dad being the actual team owner. So, yep, there we go. The entire field is kind of starting to get soloed out. Chandler Smith out in front, but I don't know if I trust this. You have the 2 RCR cars in behind him. Yep, there we go. There's the move. The RCR cars pop out of line. They both pop to the bottom of the racetrack, and they are going to be hard to pass at this point. 4 to go. 4 laps to go. Jesse Love up to the top to try and block the run from that top group. So that just jumped a ton of momentum into that bottom line for a few seconds, but unfortunately, I don't think it's enough motivation for them, or enough energy swing there to potentially help the inside lines be able to get it. They need another driver to pull out a line here. Maybe a Ryan Sieg, maybe maybe a Chandler Smith, or even right now potentially all the Fords could actually pop out of line. You can see all 3 of them maybe make a move. Ryan Sieg, Ryan Sieg, Riley Herbst, and Cole Custer all uncovered right now as we got 3 to go here. So the inside line for all 3 of them is open. And let's see. And say Parker Kligerman on the verge of another top 10. He could potentially earn a couple more points here in this stage. To the bottom of the track goes Allmendinger. There we go. AJ Allmendinger making the first big move to try and gain some spots here. Gonna try and make himself the highest running Dasher Casher in this stage. Got him and Ryan Sieg both fighting for it. Ryan Sieg, after that insanely close finish last week, he is a part of the Dasher Cash this week and potentially race his way for a $100,000 bonus, which for any small team, $100,000 is a massive deal for them if they can go ahead and get this one. I know it doesn't seem like it when they're racing multi-million-dollar race cars each week, but $100,000 is not anything to be scoffed at for it. So the last 14 Xfinity Series plate races, Austin Hill has led all 14 of them and has come away with over 500 laps led in those 14 starts. I mean, that's a lot of starts to have led that many laps, but I mean, the fact that he's been able to lead in 14 straight super speedway races is pretty impressive. But here we go. Allmendinger to the top. Hill covers him. And here we go. Jesse Love to the outside. Can Love take second away? Yes, Jesse Love to second. Austin Hill takes first place here. Jesse Love second. AJ Allmendinger comes across the line third. Fourth, Ryan Sieg. And the final driver in that top five was Brandon Jones. Chandler Smith, Parker Kligerman, Riley Herbst, Jeb Burton, and Cole Custer. The other drivers getting points here. Ryan Truex, the first driver to miss out on stage points here in stage 1 or in stage 2. And there we go. We are just under halfway to go. We are at 100, or we are 50 laps in. 113 is the final race distance. So here we go. Alright, let's see. I'm going to dive back into Twitter, see if we can find a good topic to go ahead and do it. But, yeah, the rain is definitely getting earlier and earlier. Let's say all the forecasts I'm seeing are looking good here. Looks like it's going to be a cold day tomorrow, which is not going to be good there. Just had to go ahead and mention to someone that it is the RCR Invitational for a reason, because they went and posted a poll of what manufacturer finds victory lane here. Alright, let's see. Just seeing the NASCAR Xfinity Series reposting that amazing slingshot move that the RCR cars made that basically won them the stage. And yeah, they were ultimately able to go 1-2 there. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 so there we go. We got that all double checked. Checking Twitter for any topics, and there we go. Looks like RCR with some solid pit stops. We'll have to wait and see where they all come out exactly. And yep, Jesse Love gains a spot. Oh! Uh-oh. I didn't see Austin Hill stop, but he must have had something seriously wrong with that stop, because Jesse Love, Jones, Chandler Smith, Parker Kligerman, Sheldon Creed, your top 5. Truex, Herbst, Custer, Mayer, Taylor Gray, your top 10. Everybody in the top 10 gaining spots, and a lot of them. 1 spot for Love, 3, 3, 5. There are a lot of, that's a lot of spots there to be going back and losing there. Alright, here we go. And they go back to full screen commercial because, yep. Alright, weather is looking good. It is going to threaten the end of this race, but it shouldn't end it too early. That is a good point there for Maya Snyder. Why do we still have the outward angled walls? Talking about the wall that Justin Allgaier hit. I would like to know the reasoning for why the wall is kind of angled that way. Alright, let's see. Still just scrolling Twitter looking for anything of value here to talk about. Yeah, not much going on Twitter, so we'll just go ahead and keep talking here. But yeah, as I like to check Twitter every once in a while, especially during these commercial breaks in between stages, because I was actually kind of surprised I didn't find anything on what happened to Austin Hill. Let's see if Bob specifically has anything, because he's usually pretty reliable for finding stories like that. Josh Williams maybe this is what happened? Josh Williams is heading to the rear for vehicle interference with another team's pit stop. Possibly Josh Williams' car maybe interfered with the 21 car. But yeah, not seeing any note about which car he interfered with. Let's see. Alright, yeah, we should be coming back. Yep, there we go. Back from commercial break, which means alright, we are cycling back over here. I'm going to go ahead and skip the ad break for you guys. I don't know how the YouTube Automizer decides when it throws the commercial breaks, but that was going to be a poorly timed one. So here we go. So they're showing Josh Williams going to the rear here now. Yep, here we go. No, that's not what I wanted to see. Come on. They threw up a baseball graphic. I want to see a replay of what happened to cause this penalty. You're mentioning a penalty. So, it looks like Fox Saturday. Yeah, you got... the Mets game looks like it's going to be the primary game on FS1 next Saturday. So they've got the Wendy's, they've got a Wendy's play area or something set up. And here we go. Come on. Show a replay of the Josh Williams pit stop that got him a penalty. Come on. Come on, NASCAR. You guys are, I hope, semi-competent at this. Alright, let's go ahead and throw out a poll here. Who wins the race? RCR, other Chevy, Ford, or Toyota. I assume I know how this is going to be weighted, but at least it's got the separation there as to the options. Alright, here we go. Doubled up and ready to go racing. Pace car dives for pit road, and wow, that is a very gray sky. The race is official. They have made it to halfway and beyond. No, they have not made it to halfway, actually. If we got rain within the next lap or two. Oh, wait, no, because they've made it to the end of stage 2. Never mind. They've made it to the end of stage 2. Race would be official no matter what happens weather-wise here. And Austin Hill restarting back in 12th. I don't know what happened on his pit stop that made him lose that many spots. Again, everything looked routine. And we never got a replay of anything on pit road that showed either the problem that he had on his pit stop, what caused what the interference looked like that sent the 11 to the rear of the field. I mean, that's just a massive failure on Fox's part to not show the penalty there. I mean, there's got to be a camera, obviously, that caught it, because I'm assuming that penalty was suggested by the fact that there was a camera on them using spatial awareness and stuff as to whether or not he actually impeded the stop. But Austin Hill making his way through the field already. Yep, Parker Kligerman making his way up there as well. So Parker Kligerman and Austin Hill working together, making their way through the field. You got Brandon Jones as well. Alright, let's see. Yeah, Hill, Mayer, Allmendinger. There's so many Chevys in this field, and that's kind of the biggest thing that's also going to make the Chevys weighted a lot more heavily than than any of the others. Even if you were doing just a blind any track any day, and you were doing a manufacturer breakdown, odds are Chevy was going to win in the Xfinity Series. Especially has Chevy actually lost? Well, I know they've lost at least one Xfinity race, but they've won a decent chunk of Xfinity races this year. It's actually 4-4 in the Xfinity Series. 4 Chevys, 4 Toyotas. Courtesy of John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Almirola winning a pair of races in the Xfinity Series. Then you've got, obviously, Chandler Smith, I believe, racking up 2 wins himself, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Chandler Smith's racked up 2 wins, so. And then the 4 Chevy winners are obviously Austin Hill, Kyle Larson, and, wait a minute, and, Sam Mayer. For whatever reason, I don't have Almirola listed as the Martinsville winner, even though we know he did win that one. And Brandon Jones has found his way to the lead of the race, and Jesse Love has dropped all the way back to 4th place, but he's found the rear bumper of his favorite person here. Austin Hill and Jesse Love, these two. And Richard Childress Racing has won 6 straight stages. Every stage win so far at the plate tracks this year have been won by their drivers. And now they're in position to try and win the race as well. I mean, that is some next level competition there for the RCR Invitational, as I'm dubbing this race. I mean, any plate track at this point basically is the RCR Invitational, because everybody is chasing them. Even if they aren't in the front of the field the entire time. And hey, Jordan Anderson up until the top 15. Let's go! Jordan Anderson in the Bommarito Automotive Group number 32 car, making his way up into the top. Making his way towards that top 10 here. And let's see. Again, Brandon Jones, Kligerman, Hill. For the most part, I think a lot of these guys are content to just ride in line for now until we start thinking that we're going to have to make something happen to make a move at the end of the race. It's going to be an interesting one. We'll have to wait and see. Other Chevy, definitely a very valid pick there. There's a lot of other Chevys in the field. You got Jones, you got Kligerman, you got Sammy Smith in the mix there, who's another one of those other Chevys. Shane Van Gisbergen on the third car in the bottom line. Speaking of other cars, though, you got Ryan Sieg in the RSR Ford, who has gone and taken his way all the way to the race lead here at Talladega. And Anderson has entered the top 10. Let's go. So Ryan Sieg has moved his way up to the top of the track. And they're going to try and keep moving here. See if they can keep making things happen. Curious to see what Jordan Anderson does. He's currently... Oh, we got a little bit of contact there between some of the drivers. Did not get a chance to see which drivers that was. But, yeah, these cars are very unstable right now. If I'm the 21 and the 20, or if I'm the 21 and the 2, when do I make my move, and what kind of move do I try and make here? Because, like, on the straightaways, you're pretty well boxed in because the drivers on that inside line are going to try and sneak past you. And speaking of sneaking past you, the 32 of Jordan Anderson just went and dove to the bottom of the racetrack on whoever that was in the Toyota on the middle line. Well, I say on the middle line. They were on the bottom, and now all of a sudden there's been a third lane that's formed underneath them. And that was the 19 of Taylor Gray. And yep, there we go. There's the two and the 21 both making their move. Ryan Sieg drops down to the bottom as well to try and make a move. Austin Hill all the way to the top. Takes the elevator to the top floor here. And, oh no, the two RCR drivers getting boxed separately here. And Shane Van Gisbergen to the race lead. Let's go. SVG to the race lead. Here comes Ryan Sieg with a big push to Sammy Smith. But, hey, Shane Van Gisbergen's leading at a plate track. Let's go. We haven't seen that kind of speed out of him at the short tracks, but man, he has been fast in these super speedways, and he's also been very quick at the road course with no shock there that he would be good there. And here we go. Seeing a little bit of pit stop action, but none of the important pit stops. Would be nice if we could. I still can't believe that we haven't seen an actual replay of the actual pit stops up to this point. But yeah, no replay of the pit stop interference by the 11 of the caution is absolutely embarrassing too. Alright, so we got ourselves a sketcher ad. Gonna go ahead and actually post that one to Twitter too, because I think, honestly, I feel strongly enough about it. I think it deserves to go up on Twitter here. And there's a caution flag. Caution flag's out, and we've got a wreck. Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, Allmendinger has damage as well. So we've got ourselves a caution here. Alright, so yeah, there we go. Coming back from commercial break, and we got Brandon Jones's car destroyed. Allmendinger got definitely tagged somebody for some damage. The 20 of Ryan Truex is destroyed. That is a lot of damage, and come on, Fox, come on. This is embarrassing at this point. Alright, so yeah, just looking at the wreck again, like seeing Sam Mayer sliding through there. Trying to see who else. Not really sure on paint schemes, so just looking for colors, and they're not really pointing out. Okay, here we go. Here's the replay of what actually started this chain reaction. Oh, it was Kligerman coming down into the 39, who then hooks Brandon Jones. But yeah, I mean, a side-by-side commercial there should have definitely been enacted, because the way they were racing, you knew there was going to be a wreck coming. Alright, so there we go, and yep, just showing another angle of this massive wreck. Here we go, on board with Cole Custer. Let's see, did Cole Custer make it through? Because I did not see his number in the smoke, and I didn't see him on any of the posts. Matt DiBenedetto got a piece of it. That's unfortunate. And yeah, there are just messes all over the place. Let's see. Alright, Allmendinger, we know got a piece of it. Should hopefully be able to see some more door numbers, maybe. 91 of Weatherman was in it. In fact, the 91 of Weatherman's who Allmendinger tagged to get the front end damage on his car, too. So, yeah, I mean, drivers involved in this crash. in numerical order: Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Josh Williams, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Truex, Jeb Burton, Matt Benedetto, Ryan Sieg, Leland Honeyman Jr., Parker Kligerman, Jeremy Clements, and Kyle Weatherman is the list of drivers impacted in this wreck. And again, like, somehow, I will say, impressive that Ryan Sieg didn't end up getting some more damage in that, considering he was a significant part of the start of that. But there's always somebody, usually on that starting end. And again, I would say that mistake, as that wreck is almost certainly a Kligerman mistake. I mean, he was coming down the track right at him, but I think, was it Brandon Jones that was also moving? I know there was another car moving up the track as well. It certainly didn't help anything. I would definitely say it's shared responsibility between both of those drivers, the one that was moving up and the one that was moving down. Not sure. I know Kligerman's one of them that definitely deserves some of that responsibility. But yeah, here we go. That is definitely a bad look though for Fox with the you got a missed penalty that you just haven't shown us. And then now you've got the whole situation of missing this caution, missing the cause of this wreck because you didn't go to a side-by-side even. Because I'm not even saying you don't go to a commercial at all, but side-by-side cautions or side-by-side commercials are definitely an option that Fox has. I mean, we've seen them plenty of times. And that way we can at least see what happens. And if there's a wreck, especially the way they were racing. And there's Throwback Weekend at Darlington being advertised there. Looking forward to seeing some of those throwback paint schemes. Mother's Day weekend, you got the Crown Royal 200 along with the Goodyear 400 for the Cup Series. That should be a pretty good triple header weekend. Hopefully I'm home for all three of those races. But here we go. We're coming back from a commercial break and we are ready to go. 45 laps remain in this race. Austin Hill and Jesse Love are both still in the top 10, but the two of them have ended up separated here. And if I'm the rest of the cars in this field, I am doing everything I can to keep Love and Hill from getting paired back up. Because if those two end up paired back up together, it could be dangerous. And right now, I mean, again, these two, I've said it a number of times here, but it's the RCR Invitational. These drivers, I mean, these two drivers have been able to just make this track their playground. They've been able to link right back up pretty much whenever they wanted to. And then they still budget just enough time to move right back to the front. Allowing for a lot of lead changes, but also permitting a ton of these ones. But yeah, no idea what the 48 was really thinking there. Seeing the replay again on Twitter here. Let's see. Just looking for some more angles of this. Alright, hearing some argument about a bad call in the ARCA race earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to this real quick, and I'm just so I can talk about it, because I didn't get a chance to see or hear any of the Xfinity or the ARCA broadcast earlier. Alright, so now I've heard the call. I can talk about the bad call there. It was just awkward timing. I'll say that much. I think it's actually fairly decent commentary to go ahead and mention, like, hey, this guy doesn't use his doesn't like using his mirrors very much. But one, I feel like that's a topic to bring up when he's on a restart, potentially in the middle of the pack after the midway caution flag. But also, kind of missing the timing and emphasis of your when you say who wins it. Usually, you try and emphasize that wins it as he crosses the start-finish line, and her timing on that, at least based on the timing of what I saw on that broadcast, the timing of that line was a little bit off. So I definitely wouldn't say it's the worst call I've ever heard, the way I'm seeing some people on Twitter saying. But I will say, the timing of that one was definitely not the greatest. And drivers only broadcast for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race on Memorial Day weekend. There we go. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. So they're talking with Brandon Jones here. He's in his 44th career DNF. He hasn't even been in this series half the amount of time. And he's almost at the same amount of career DNFs as, what's his name? Justin Allgaier, his teammate. I mean, I guess it just goes to show his crash rate's way higher than Justin Allgaier. Although he has been in Xfinity now that I think about it for a little while, because he was in the 33 with RCR for a while. Then he went to Joe Gibbs Racing, and then he went to Junior Motorsports. So, I mean, he's been on a few different teams. He's been on a number of different teams for a few different years now. In fact, he's been in this Junior Motorsports number 9 for what feels like forever, although anything during the pandemic feels like it took forever. And, yeah. So, it looks like the only Dash for Cash driver still in the mix right now is going to be Ryan Sieg, and I think Sieg is going to have to do everything he can to try and protect that 100K. Now, obviously, you still want to try and win the race if you can. But, here we go. Let's see. Penalties for Parker Retzloff and Taylor Gray, both getting penalties. Let's see. Is it speeding? I'm assuming it's either speeding or driving through too many pit boxes. I'm going to have to wait and see on the subtitles. It doesn't say it. Let's see. Eliminate some good drivers in the draft. Let's see. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, so in the top 20, there is no drivers in that Dash for Cash. So Ryan Sieg is definitely set for a nice, cozy $100,000 here. A little bit, as I can make up a little bit for what happened last week, although obviously $100,000 doesn't make up for first career win. In fact, I'd almost be curious to know if he would pay $100,000 to get the that race overturned at Texas. I mean, I know that that's not how it works. You can't just pay to have a result flipped. But I don't know. I'd be curious to know that. That'd be an interesting question to ask if I ever got a chance to talk to him. But here we go. So we should be going green this time by. They've waived the 38 of Matt DiBenedetto has gone and cycled himself out. I don't know if he waved around or if he dropped to the back here, but there we go. He is now not in the in kind of that flow here, and let's see. You got Jesse Love up there in the 9th position as he's going to be restarting. Jordan Anderson up inside the top 10. Honestly, not bad. Let's go. So coming up next on Fox, they got some UFL race or some UFL football coming up. Definitely not overly interested in that. And here we go. Let's see. A bunch of drivers still catching the field. Are we? Yep, there's pace car is off. Pace car is off, and we are getting ready to go racing. And here we go. Green, green, green. Let's see. I forget because of where the start finish line is. The pace car pulls off, but there's a long way to that restart zone. Now green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are officially racing in Talladega. And let's see. Can Ryan Sieg? Here we go. Big push from the Fords. Ryan Sieg out in front. Ryan Truex, Brandon Jones, Jeremy Clements, Sam Mayer, Jeffrey Earnhardt all knocked out in that last crash. Justin Allgaier was already out the race. Those 6 drivers are now the official list of drivers out the race. But yeah, those Fords able to jump out in front. You got Cole Custer able to go and push Ryan Sieg to the lead. Here we go. Now Riley Herbst on the back bumper of Ryan Sieg. He's trying to make something happen here. And, oh, 4 wide. 4 wide through the middle. 4 wide for, and Austin Hill is in the sucker hole here. He's just going to drop further and further back. 48 of Parker Kligerman comes to his rescue there. That was about to be a very disastrous day there. Speaking of guys coming to the rescue, Jesse Love is making his way to the front, and look who his pusher is here on that rear bumper. It's Jordan Anderson, up into the top 5 now for that number 32 car for Jordan Anderson. Certainly would love to see him potentially full-time again next year, maybe. Especially if he can get a win of his own, he can go ahead and market himself to sponsors and or the Bomberito Automotive Group. And oh, caution flag. Caution flag for debris down the back stretch. Debris down the back straightaway brings out the caution for only the 3rd time today. Or 3rd caution for contact. We also had, obviously, the stage-ending caution in Stage 2. Stage 1 was ended due to a caution on the final lap. But, yep, so that is the 3rd caution for contact, and this time it's just a debris caution, but there we go. We got 13 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. Alright, let's see. Alright, so there we go. And they're under a commercial break for the caution. And that is going to give, we're going to have a restart without a Chevy out in front. 21 lead changes on the day, but I think this might be one of the first times we don't have a Chevy of some kind out in front. Riley Herbst and Ryan Sieg, they're potentially going to be able to try and play that teammate game. Not sure what the decision that they make will end up impacting what Jesse Love and Jordan Anderson end up doing. Same thing here with Cole Custer. If Riley Herbst and Ryan Sieg make a decision to go to the inside together, is there any way that Cole Custer can also line up on that inside line in the 3rd row and basically just push all 3 of them together? Is that possible? Would that be a smart move for them? I don't know. It certainly doesn't feel like it should be a smart move to take 3rd row inside line, but if you're able to push with your teammates and cut down on the potential hassle of trying to get in order, later into a run, I mean, it could be. So Talladega tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, should be a fun one. And there we go. Sam Mayer out of the Care Center. And he had the first financial or whatever, the first bank or something on that car. Yeah, and a lot of cautions have led to some interesting drivers up here in the mix. They're showing a replay of the wreck, and again, I don't really know what happened to the 48. I mean, yeah, maybe the 39 could have been a little bit more attentive when he was making that slight move up, but the 48 if you're going to make that sharp a move down the track, you got to know whether you're clear or not. And you can't be making that kind of move and wrecking like that. I mean, again, it ultimately was incidental contact for him, but you gotta be more careful than that. Especially as he's still in the mix, we gotta make sure he doesn't do that again later. If he pulls that same move again, he'll end up taking out more cars and potentially himself eventually. But, yeah, right now it looks like they're going to give Shane Van Gisbergen the nod over Jordan Anderson for the choose cone here. As we are under 40 laps to go, we're working our way through this one. So it looks like other Chevy is leading over RCR versus Ford here for the pick as to who we think is going to win this one. Alright, there we go. Just double checking. I know I already grabbed my NASCAR Fan Reward points, but if you guys are just tuning in, head on to your NASCAR app and check out the leaderboard to go ahead and claim yourself 50 free points that can be redeemed towards cool rewards like autographed diecast, race tickets, and much more. So go ahead and check it out right on the NASCAR app. Not a paid advertisement or anything, but hey, if they're giving away free stuff, if you guys like free stuff, which I'm assuming you guys do, go ahead and check it out. Just remember, by the end of the season, you gotta redeem your points because the points do reset for each new season. I did not know about that last year, and I ended up letting a ton of points expire. So, again, definitely some cool stuff you can get through the rewards thing, the rewards catalog on that one, but yep, I'm already up over 2,500 points. Let's see, what can I get if I go to the rewards catalog? Oh, of course, the phone version doesn't like to do the rewards catalog. Alright, we'll check it over on the computer while we've currently under a caution flag that isn't really going to produce much because we've already talked about a lot of the storylines, and this caution flag wasn't even really a big deal to begin with. Let's see, rewards catalog. Alright, let's see what my 2,500 points could go get me right now if I had to spend them today. I don't have to spend them today. Let's see. Could get a lunchbox. I could get a NASCAR branded umbrella. Which actually, ironically, might not be a bad idea for, if you were going to the track in person either today or tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see if there's something cooler that I can, NASCAR branded backpack. A lot of the generic stuff is pretty cheap. Let's see. Merchandise. I think truck tickets, actually. Wait a minute. Give me a second. I think I can get truck tickets, for free based off of this. Let's see. Tickets. Let's see. Lowest value first. Yeah, I could get truck tickets to Charlotte, Darlington, Kansas, Bristol Night Race truck tickets. That actually isn't a bad idea if I don't have enough points for some of the bigger items that I want. Could get just free truck tickets. Honestly, that's not a bad value. Free truck tickets just for having watched some NASCAR and tuning in on the app. Alright, but yeah, so that's a quick rundown on what the NASCAR Fan Reward points are. If you guys haven't heard of them before, you just gotta sign up on NASCAR's app. Yeah, through your NASCAR account. Same account you would use to play NASCAR Fantasy, which you guys can play with me and my friends and family. We've got a link to the league down in the description, or in the description of the stream. We got a bunch of my friends from the Lap Down podcast are on there. So, should be we've been having a ton of fun with that, and you guys have a chance to go ahead and compete with that as well. And here we go, they're all doubled up and ready to go racing. So, it should be green flag this time by as lights are gone out on the pace car. And the drivers have opted to try and go... so they've gone... the two Fords have taken the two front row spots. Love took the inside second row, which left Custer to have to take outside row 2. Which means Herbst is probably going to brake check everything for Love. Because he's going to try and get both of them clear to move down in front of him. Not just one, but trying to clear 2 cars from that outside line is going to be a nightmare here on the restart. Then the question becomes, okay, what does Anthony Alfredo or Austin Hill end up doing here? As the pace car goes down to pit road looking for cover, leaving the field in the hands of the 98 and the 39 car. Green, green, green. The green flag's out. We are back to racing. And let's see. Again, Jesse Love here does not want the 98 to be able to, link up with those other Fords. Now, the question is here, the 98 could, there we go. The 98 is just going to move up the track and just take to the high line with the 38. I don't know about that. Because right now, if Jesse Love can just get a push from the 98, or the 97, I mean, he could try and make something happen. But no, he's going to get taken 3 wide here. And, the Ford strategy seems to have worked out here because they've gotten all 3 Fords, linked up together here. Anthony Alfredo separates the RCR cars. That is a great move there from Anthony Alfredo. An amazing move there to go ahead and put himself right in between those RCR cars because they're going to be nearly inseparable later. So, the fact that you're able to go ahead and make that kind of move now, Shane Van Gisbergen all the way on the bottom trying to make it work. And I say, you got that 32 of Anderson. I've been talking him up quite a bit here. But here we go. Let's see. And there's the big stack up here on the top line. That's going to be a massive push. A ton of momentum here. And now the 98 is going to be miles out ahead of the 21 here. And that entire inside line has pretty much vaporized at this point. Shane Van Gisbergen back to 11th here. Anderson isn't too far behind there, but they will have to make something happen. Alright, so let's see. Moving up and down the tracks here. There we go. The 97 goes all the way up into the outside line. He's going to just get in line and ride here. I'm curious to see what this inside line can do to try and generate momentum. I mean, you've got the two best cars in the entire state of Alabama in this line here. You've got Austin Hill, you've got Jesse Love. Those are your 2 fastest cars in the entire field, only separated by another car who also qualified top 5 or top 10. Reminder for Anthony Alfredo, he started up inside the top 10 as well. So, you have 3 cars with top 10 speed all linked up. Can they maybe do something here? Obviously, it's a whole lot easier when you got 3 manufacturer teammates who are all fairly committed to each other there. Alright, let's see again. Herbst and Sieg out in front. Austin Hill, though, starting to gain some momentum. Always a interesting one to see if Austin Hill can go and take this lead back here. And as I say, it's not a very big group on the bottom, but they are a fast bunch. And now you got some drag racing happening in the back half of that group, which is only going to slow down some of their people. You slow down some of the people you're pushing. Alright, let's see. And now Austin Hill side by side for the race lead with the number 98 here. Alright, let's see. Austin Hill versus Riley Herbst on that outside. Hill's got a nose out ahead. Can Austin Hill end up leading this one? Here we go. Austin Hill has the nose out ahead. The 5 of Anthony Alfredo. The 2 of Jesse Love. Even the 32 of Jordan Anderson. They're all up in this fight. Sammy Smith to the bottom. Sammy Smith going to try and play this one selfishly as he tries to take the spot from Anderson. Not sure it's going to work out too well for him, though. He gets the pass at the line, but then he's going to drop back here. There we go. But, yeah, these Fords are still very committed to each other out here on this outer line. Saying the fact that there's only 3 or 4 Fords is going to make them more likely to commit to each other, unlike the Chevys who can backstab on each other to try and pair up with other Chevys to make something else happen. And then you've got the Toyota allegiance there, where all the Toyota drivers have to try and figure out which Chevy group they're potentially working with here. Like, that's the really weird thing about how these races end up working, is that you've got so many different groups. You've got the RCR Chevys in one camp, which is the Richard Childress Racing cars. I believe the 48 is supplied by RCR. And then I think the Jordan Anderson cars might also be RCR supplied. But then you've got the Junior Motorsports camp, which includes, obviously, the 4 Junior Motorsports cars. And then you've got a bunch of other Chevys that fall into that camp. Then you've got the colleague Chevy camp as well. So there we go. The Dash for Cash participants. You got Allmendinger in 24th, Sieg in 2nd, and the other 2 are both out of the race. Definitely interesting. Here we go. Let's see. And now, speaking of interesting, Parker Kligerman pops out of line to try and Alright, let's see. 28 laps to go. They're working their way around here, but it is just a nice slow burn here. Not pushing the pace too hard, not throwing it away too quickly here. Alright, there we go. As I say, Jordan Anderson is looking really good today. I'm convinced. I think he could show something here at the end of the race if he ends up in a position to try for something. And here we go. Parker Kligerman going to try and he puts himself down in front of the 21 car. Going to try and work with the other RCR supplied Chevys, although he's on a little bit of a different planet than the outright speed and control that the 21 and 2 seem to have over this field. But he's been pretty quick. He was 3rd in qualifying. And there we go. The 21 gets clear of everybody on that outside line. Alright, let's see. So, Austin Hill and Clearman both able to get out in front of Riley Herbst with the momentum there. Ended up having to leave behind their teammates on the bottom who had worked so hard to get them there. And it's a little bit unfortunate to see them have to make that kind of move, but you kind of expect it at this point. But yeah, we're actually making some decent progress through this race. Here we go. How's everybody doing though? How's everybody's day going? We are at, oh wow, we are at 2580 on the subscriber count. Let's go! 20 subscribers away from 2600. Let's go. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in throughout the stream so far. And here we go. Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, and Cole Custer able to jump back in front of Klickerman. And as I say, Sieg and Klicker, as I say, they're fighting everything. And oh no, Cole Custer's in the middle. That middle line not looking very promising whatsoever. Parker Retzloff on that inside line. And here we go. Through the middle goes Parker Kligerman. He is on a mission here. I'm not sure what mission he's on, but he's on a mission. But here we go. He's made his way back through the field after getting passed up by all three of the Fords. Those three Fords have gotten shuffled out and absolutely scattered. It will take them probably all 24 laps of the race remaining to try and reorganize and make some sort of march to the front. Allmendinger has moved his way back up into position for the Dash for Cash. Oh, the 20... Uh-oh. The 39 coming down for damage while on the lead lap. He's going to have to... this pit stop might be the thing that kills him, but ultimately, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. But this is gonna hurt his Dash for Cash hopes, and it's a two-horse race right now. It's him and it's Allmendinger. Now, if Allmendinger wrecks out again or wrecks completely out, he gets it by default. But as of right now, Allmendinger is inside the top 25 right now, and he is currently in position to try and get that spot here. Speaking of long shots, though, Anthony Alfredo out in front, the number 5 car. Let's go. So, top 10 finishes. He's already gotten 3 this season. He got a total of 2 last season, adding up to a total of 5 top 10 finishes so far on the Xfinity Series between the last 2 years for Anthony Alfredo. Definitely looking forward to seeing if he can go ahead and find his way into victory lane here. If he can manage to hold off Austin Hill, that will be very impressive. And yeah, he will definitely be one to watch here, as we got ourselves 20 laps to go, and we're going to a side-by-side commercial, so at least we'll see if anything ends up happening. Let's see. Man, sorry about the coughing. It's just uncontrollable here. Alright, let's see. So they've gone single file out here so far. You know, we are still at commercial. They're at commercial break, so we can only see the small picture-in-picture of the run. But right now, I think Kligerman and Alfredo are more than willing to Kligerman, Alfredo, and Hill are all willing to just kind of bide their time together here. They do have quite a few Jordan Anderson cars up in that top few. Now, unfortunately, Jordan Anderson was part of that inside line that vaporized, and he is now back in the 20s on positioning. All right, let's see. But yeah, the longer and longer we get into this race, the more it seems like it's just it's an inevitable fact that somehow Austin Hill or maybe Jesse Love will find a way to win this race. And right now we're just waiting to watch and see how it happens. Now, if it doesn't happen, that'll be amazing and it'll be a big surprise. But as of right now, Austin Hill has absolutely decimated the super speedway tracks. And here we go. Jesse Love helping the 00 to try and get close here. And let's see. Looking at career wins inside that top 10, you got Anthony Alfredo 0. Parker Kligerman, no wins at this level. He's won a couple of truck races. Austin Hill, 8 career wins. Custer, 13. Then Creed's yet to win. Jesse Love's yet to win in his career. SVG. No Xfinity wins. He does have a Cup win on his resume. Riley Herbst has one Xfinity win from last year at Vegas. So, and again, this top 10 is very light on winners. So yeah, right now, Allmendinger is still in position for that, for the dash for cash. So I don't know how aggressive Allmendinger wants to run this race. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. And right now, the dash for cash. All you need to do is be in 23rd place, which is what Allmendinger is running right now to get the 100 grand, because there's no pressure from behind. Ryan Sieg is in 32nd place, 1 lap behind the race. Alright, let's see. Again, right now there's just not a whole lot going on here. We got 17 laps to go, and everybody's just kind of biding their time. Oh, speaking of biding their time, I guess not. Here comes Parker Kligerman to the bottom of the racetrack. He wants to bypass the. All right, let's see. Oh, not Austin Hill, but that's the 5 of Alfredo, making an aggressive move up the track to get in line right ahead of Shane Van Gisbergen, and potentially gonna stuff out a little bit of that momentum he was riding to the front. But, yeah, this battle is starting to get interesting here, that's for sure. Cole Custer versus Kligerman. You got Love and Hill in the mix. But, yeah, right now we are just making our way through this. What happened in the first stage? It was the Austin Hill show. And then we had the caution coming down the back straightaway with 1 lap to go, where Justin Allgaier went and took a hard shot into the fence. Now, there were some pretty good battles, actually, for the lead during that stage. But up until about 5 to 10 laps to go, Austin Hill had been able to lead almost every lap of every stage. And then ultimately he came home 3rd in that segment because he lost a couple of spots late in the stage. Alright, let's see. So now Cole Custer's trying to work both lines here. And Cole Custer gets swallowed up in the middle of the So he goes to the middle of 3 wide here. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Taylor Gray versus Love on the inside here. Frankie got a top 10. I'm assuming you're talking about in the ARCA race earlier, which is definitely impressive for him. And here we go. The move for the lead. Jesse Love to the bottom. Kligerman in tow, and so is Austin Hill. Yep, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's see. Alright, yep, you're talking about the ARCA race. And so I didn't get to see a whole lot of it, but I got to see a little bit of the finish results as they were talking with the winners at the end. But, yep, here we go. Jesse Love with 13 laps to go. Jesse Love has found his way to the lead. He's got 2 RCR-affiliated teammates in behind him. Kligerman, who, as I've said in a couple of these races, his only goal out here is basically to try and blend in and make the RCR guys maybe forget that he's not one of them. Alright, let's see. 13, coming to 12 to go. And again, right now the RCR cars have just had they've had a loose control over this field most of the day. Even though other teams and drivers have gotten up here and gotten control, most of the time, whenever the RCR cars aren't decimating the field, it honestly feels like they're almost biding their time, dropping back, trying to repair each other together. And then once the 2 of them get hooked up, they absolutely fly. But here we go, 12 to go. It'll be 11 to go at the line this time. And it will definitely be a weird one for someone to try and go ahead and make a move. Alright, here we go. So far, Austin Hill has led 40 laps today. That is a massive amount of laps led. Alright, here we go. Let's see, right around that outside line. Again, they've eliminated that bottom line by just training around the top. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Blaine Perkins is up into the top 10 after the big wreck in Stage 2. That big wreck in the second stage allowing... here we go, Jesse Love to have control right now. We're coming to 10 laps to go. Is there anything that can be done? Honestly, like right now, I'm starting to wonder if any of these drivers are going to get the momentum and or the momentum at the right time. Alright, let's see. And say, Shane Van Gisbergen and Josh Williams, those 2 should be able to work together pretty well. They're colleague racing teammates in 6th and 7th. The 2 of them should theoretically be a pretty good duo. We just gotta wait and see if they're good enough, I guess. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just kind of waiting this one out. A lot of the drivers just kind of biding their time here. They got 10 laps to go. It'll be 9 at the line this time. But it really doesn't feel like a sense of urgency from any of these drivers. It's all just about pacing yourself and making sure you make it to the checkered flag at the end of this thing. You don't want to wreck now and not have a shot at it in 5 to 10 laps. Alright, here we go, here we go. So yeah, Parker Kligerman in the middle of this is going to be interesting because he's another driver who does not have a career win yet. him and Love both are in that situation. 0 career wins each. Does one of them end up stabbing the other in the back and potentially costing both of them the shot at the win and allowing Austin Hill to claim his 3rd straight Superspeedway race of the season? Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just working our way up to the front. Yeah, and yeah, I am tired. And again, right now we're just kind of waiting this one out, but yeah. Yeah, this race is definitely tiring. Because it's all about waiting for moves, and right now, these guys are just waiting it out. We know there's not going to be a move for another 5 laps or so. When we get to the... when we get to 5 laps to go, that's when I anticipate we'll start seeing some guys maybe make a move. But they've gotten single file out and just nothing going on. Because it's not even as much that I'm tired. It's more just there's nothing to talk about in this race. I mean, everybody's literally just running in a single file line waiting for the move. Allmendinger's dropped back to 30th place. Again, he's still on the lead lap, though, which, again, will pretty much eliminate Ryan Sieg's opportunities without a caution flag. Assuming that they can make it on fuel, because, when was their last pit stop? Lap 68. So, around lap 70. Let's just say 70. So, that would be 43 laps. That's a lot of fuel to have to go 43 laps. I just thought about that. Hopefully, these crews were thinking about that before now, which, I mean, that's another reason why they might be riding in line here, trying to save some fuel. And a big reason why, if I'm Kligerman, I let Justy Love lead right now. But here we go. The pack is starting to form on the bottom line. Here we go. 6 laps to go. About a half a lap earlier than I anticipated, but here we go. We're starting to see a group of cars form on the bottom. You got... and they're already trying to jockey each other for position. There goes Jeb Burton. He had pulled down as the leader of the line. Moved up the track just enough, and there goes Chandler Smith, who was the new leader of the line, and got right back up into the line. Looks like they knew it wasn't quite the right timing, and I say a couple of them already bailed on it. Alright, let's see. 5 laps to go. As I say, 5 more times around, and again, we're still waiting to see where this next big move is going to come from. I think Williams and Shane Van Gisbergen in 6th and 7th. I think the two of them could definitely make a big pop. I think Alfredo Retzloff could also join with them when they eventually go, because the two of them have kind of been separated from any teammates that they would have. So here we go. We'll have to wait and see, but I think those two would be candidates to try and jump out of line with the other Chevys if Williams and Van Gisbergen both jump out of line here. But again, it's 4 laps to go. You're going to need to make a move sooner rather than later because you don't want to run out of time. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, this race, it's just winding down. There's 4 laps to go. It'll be 3 at the line this time. Starting to see some more movement in the back of the field. Just waiting to see if it's going to be enough. I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 cars out of line. One of which I believe is Jordan Anderson further back in the field. We'll have to wait and see if he can make something happen here. 3 laps to go. There we go. Josh Williams and Van Gisbergen making the move. And there goes Creed down to the bottom. Austin Hill to the bottom. Jesse Love to the diving move here. Let's go. And Parker Kligerman kind of gets left out to dry on that top line here. Let's see. The 21 of Austin Hill. Probably the driver Creed wants to beat the most here. gets to the outside, but the push from the Kaulig Racing team is not going to help. Here we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. 3 laps to go. Now 2. 2 more times around. And Austin Hill to the front of the field. Can Austin Hill control the field for 2 laps? You got 2 more laps, and they are 3 wide for second. You got Josh Williams in the middle, Parker Kligerman up top, and Jesse Love down bottom. And it's going to take 2 laps of pretty much perfect pack racing here for the number 21 car to find himself in victory lane here. Let's see. The push from the 48. Oh, no! Austin Hill's going to wreck, and that's going to end Austin Hill's win streak on these super speedway races. Caution will fly. Jordan Anderson ends up spawned in the back. The 19 of Taylor Gray. Oh, and Anderson gets tagged again by the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. And that's going to be a caution flag, and that's going to send us to NASCAR overtime. Big damage for Anderson. And we got ourselves overtime, and the win streak is over for Austin Hill. He will not win this plate race, but the door is open. Could it still be? Could it be Love time? Jesse Love in an opportunity to try and make a name for himself by winning this one. Yeah, despite the loss of his teammate here. Parker Kligerman's out in front. So Kligerman right now up in first here. Let's see. Alright, let's see. What happened first off? Okay, here we go. Replay. Good timing for a replay. So, yeah, I mean, that was just the 48. Yeah, gave him a push initially, then went and hit him kind of in the corner, and then dragged his rear bumper along the 21's rear bumper. I mean, it's a sketchy way to do the push, but I don't think it's anything out of the ordinary. I mean, we see it all the time, and it just didn't work this time. And here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, but, yeah, I'm sure Austin Hill's not going to be happy about that one from Parker Kligerman. And, yeah, unfortunately, Anthony Alfredo kind of gets caught up in that one as well. Blaine Perkins slides through on the outside, and then does the 27. 27 gets some damage there as he gets a wrinkle from the 21. As the 21 continues to his slow spin here. But, yeah, this is going to be a good one here. Hopefully you're going to see a good run to the checkers. Yeah, Blaine Perkins is doing good. I will give him credit there. He made it through that wreck, and he'd been running pretty well ever since the big one that kind of took out the first chunk of competitors. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Brandon Jones, a couple others. I think there were like 5 total drivers taken out in that first big one. But ever since then, Blaine Perkins has been right up in the mix here. And then narrowly avoiding damage with the 21 car there. I mean, Burton's damage isn't massive or anything. He just kind of tagged it. You got to worry about whether or not that tire is going to go down. But I would question, now that we're going into overtime, does anybody have the fuel to go overtime racing here? And here we go. Let's see. Again, right now we're just working our way through this one. I'm going to say, it looks like, based on our chat vote, it looks like a lot of us were thinking RCR. I think now that Austin Hill is wrecked out, I think that a lot of us are probably starting to doubt the pick there. Let's see. Alright, so there we go. Just double checking leaderboard, seeing what some of the lap down guys were saying in our group chat. All right, let's see. And let's see. Thank you guys, by the way, for everybody that's tuned in for this live stream. We are at 16 people hanging out in chat right now. If you guys are having a great day, feel free to say hi and let us know who you guys think is going to win this one. We got Parker Clearman. We got Josh Williams in the mix. We got Jesse Love, Blaine Perkins, Shane Van Gisbergen. Yeah, we got Sheldon Creed, reigning champion Cole Custer, Sammy Smith, Riley Herbst, David Starr up in the top 10. Alright, so there we go. They are coming back from commercial break, and we are getting ready for an overtime restart. A lot of cars kind of going everywhere. Alright, they've got the folks in the booth there. Alright. Just settling in. We're going to be here for a minute, but yeah, again, we got a lot of different names up at the front. Leland Honeyman Jr. in 11th place. He could potentially go there. But yeah, honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to find a bad storyline in this top 10. Alright, so here we go. Chevy domination on the drafting tracks. Literally 25 out of 28 wins. 28 win. Alright, so they were showing 28 drafting tracks, but 25 plus 2 wins from okay, yeah. And then the 1 win from Ford. So, yeah, it adds up. Thought they might have had another stat flub because they've had a lot of those. But here we go. Let's see. Oh, wait, real quick. Did Parker, or not Parker Clearman, but did Allmendinger get caught up in that one? And if so, is that officially handed the, so Ryan Sieg 1 lap down, Allmendinger still on lead lap, so unless Ryan Sieg's getting a free pass, which if he wasn't involved in the caution, he should theoretically get the free pass. We might, the race for the bonus might be on again, the bonus 100K. And as I say, Ryan Sieg's got a good enough car and it's clean. Again, assuming he didn't get damaged in this latest wreck, he could very well outrace the beaten and battered number 16 car to the checkers. All right, let's see. You know, we're waiting for overtime here. They're showing the in-car camera for the 72, and yeah, everybody's on the bottom line trying to get the fuel pickup here. Are we gonna see anybody actually have the... Alright, let's see. Laps since last pit. 47 for everybody inside the top 5. Creed is on 45 laps of fuel. Honeyman Jr. at 40. Ooh. Could Leland Honeyman Jr. be on track for a potential win here? But, yeah, the fuel mileage is definitely going to be a question mark here. Not really sure what the end result is going to be involved in this wreck. You got Patrick Emmerling, Alfredo, Taylor Gray, Austin Hill, Jeb Burton, Jordan Anderson, Parker Kligerman, David Starr, Riley Herbst. And, yeah, that is an unfortunate way for the race to end for the number 32 car. So, yeah, the RCR drivers swept the 2 stages. The question being whether or not they can find a way to win the race here. It's going to be a tough one because you no longer have Austin Hill. You don't have the teammates to work together here. Jesse Love has a fast car, though, so Jesse Love could, on his own, get up there. So, yeah, the 12-car pile-up being the big caution that kind of opened up the gates for a lot of these smaller teams to get in the mix. And then here's the latest crash with Austin Hill. And man, I thought Austin Hill was going to have a real good shot at this win. But now with the damage, it's not going to be him. So the question is, who gets it? Now that Austin Hill is out the race can officially begin pretty much. And let's go ahead and skip some ads. Not going to go ahead and throw that at you. Now there's only 2 drivers in the Cup field who have a win on their career. Sammy Smith with 1 career win back in the spot. And then you've got your defending champion, Cole Custer, being the other driver with a spot. But we're about to have a really interesting restart here. Lights are off in the pace car. None of them have come into the pits. They are working 48 laps on this tank. This is going to be an interesting one as we get ready to go. This feels like the truck race where Tate Fogelman ended up getting the win. Like, that's kind of the race that I'm kind of being reminded of at the moment. And say, I know it's different circumstances and stuff, but here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is going to be out, and we are racing here. The caution light is being shown. Because if we get a caution before the start finish, or before, well, I was going to say before the white flag, but everybody's so low on fuel, and nobody, we didn't make it very far at all. Kligerman's around, and now it's Jesse Love in the lead as caution flies, and we're going to double overtime. Double overtime now with Love in the lead. Parker Kligerman torn up. And that is unfortunate for the Big Machine Racing team. And there were a lot of drivers, it looked like, running out of fuel there on the restart. There was no way they were going to get that thing to the white. With the fact that everybody was running out of gas. Now, the question is, I think this is going to open up the opportunity. I think everybody pretty much is going to need a splash and go. Now, the question is, some of those guys who did pit at 44, maybe not. I mean, Leland Honeyman Jr. there in the 42. Just looking to see where he ends up in the wrecks and all that. He looks like he's going to be 3rd. Yeah, he just narrowly avoids some contact from multiple cars, actually. Major credit there, and honestly, a bit of luck to the 42 car here. Just watching it again here. Nope, they're not going to focus on it. But here we go. The 18 slides right back down. No, it was the 11. Sorry, the 11 slides right back down in front of the 42, and he escapes with no damage. And again, that 42 car, I mean, hey, he's been in the mix basically ever since the first big 12-car pileup. But guys like, there we go, Shane Van Gisbergen was one of those guys who ran out of gas on the restart and couldn't make anything of it. Cole Custer on the restart immediately realized it had to get out from behind him. And then the wreck happened right in front of him where he manages to avoid the crash, at least for now. And yeah, Cole Custer manages to weave his way through. And again, it's going to be a real tight save here for any of these guys to try and make it on fuel. I think that there's definitely a path for somebody. Now the question is, who pitted at that last caution? I want to know. Let me go ahead and take a quick look here. One second. Let's see. Last pit laps. 75. We're looking for the last pit lap. Josh Bilicki. Josh Bilicki would be the Josh Bilicki, Mason Massey would be some of the ones I'd be looking at. Riley Herbst as well, also pitted in that same sequence. So, yep, there we go. Now they're showing the thing I wanted to see. So, Josh Bilicki being in the best spot to win this race is a crazy fact of the matter. We might be about to see a Josh Bilicki race win. Are you kidding me? Love is staying on the track? Come on, you guys have to think to fuel up the cars at this point, right? So Bilicki, Taylor Gray, Mason Massey, Herbst, DiBenedetto's in the mix. Let's go. Matt DiBenedetto with a good shot here. Anthony Alfredo's got fresh stuff as well. I mean, we've got a decent shot. Is Austin Hill really going to find a way back into this race? He is in 15th place. He's pitted recently, so he's got the fuel. He's got the tires. Is he really about to go and do this again to us? Because this happened at Atlanta, too. We thought we were finally rid of the Austin Hill wins at super speedway races. And then all of a sudden, out of the smoke and all the cars running out of fuel, the car that wins the race is still the 21 of Austin Hill amidst all our best effort here. Riley Herbst, he came down pit road earlier. He came down pit road on the last caution, so he willingly gave up track position to try and make it on fuel, and that's starting to look like a genius move here. Because a lot of drivers between the last restart and this upcoming restart are running out of fuel. So, Riley Herbst, that's why he's not up in the top 10 right now, but you are about to see him surge, I believe. I think he is going to be one of these drivers. Him, Bilicki, Taylor Gray, Mason Massey are going to be some of the drivers to watch here. On this restart. Let's see. Who are some of the other ones? Again, Anthony Alfredo, Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Hill, unfortunately, also has the fresh rubber. I just don't want to see another Austin Hill finds his way to the front on some sort of crazy scenario. Although it would be immensely entertaining and would go along perfectly with the storyline that I've been saying about this race, where I say that, this is the RCR Invitational, because I've been making that joke throughout this entire video, or this entire stream. I've been saying that multiple times. And how funny would it be if amongst all the odds, a wreck with 2 laps to go and Austin Hill still finds his way to victory lane? So there we go. Dover XfinitySeries race 12:30 Eastern. Not going to be able to do that one either. Man, there's so many races, and I'm just not home for most of the Xfinity ones. It doesn't look like, at least not in the early part of the season. the latter half of the season, once we get to the NBC portion of the schedule, I'm going to be home for almost every Xfinity race, it looks like. So, definitely looking forward to those upcoming races. In fact, we will. I'll take a quick look to see what the schedule is going to look like here. For the upcoming weekend. Oh, did not want to. And here we go. Everybody's weaving here. Lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to be ready to go back racing here. All right, I'm just going to have to go ahead and look at the schedule for Xfinity. Let's see. So, Xfinity is at Dover, 1:30 Eastern. Won't be able to do that one. Are the trucks at Dover? No, trucks don't race again till Kansas, so it looks like it'll be a one-race thing next weekend. Just Cup from me. And Kyle Weatherman with an issue here. I don't know if that's new damage or if he was just trying to make something last year, but Riley Herbst now up to the 8th position. He's got, after the choose cone, he has the advantage. He's got the freshest stuff, the furthest up the field. But again, the lights come back on the pace car, and now we're going to pace for another couple laps. I don't know how much fuel Love has in the tank, but it can't be much. He's got 52 laps on that tank of fuel right now. There is no way Jesse Love isn't absolutely sweating this gas mileage right now. Then you've got the Dash for Cash battle between Allmendinger and Ryan Sieg, who are going to be restarting on the same row together. Allmendinger does have the fresher rubber here, but when it comes to a better looking car, Ryan Sieg's car is a whole lot more put together. And here we go, the Alpha Prime. They're talking about the Alpha Prime team of Brennan Poole and Cesar Baccarella, both up in the top 10 right now. I just don't know if they're going to have enough to find victory lane here. They've put themselves in a very good spot. I believe Ryan Ellis in the 43 is also a Alpha Prime car, if I'm not mistaken. Deegan's going to need a miracle. Yeah, probably. I mean, she doesn't have the gas mileage. She doesn't have the gas advantage, and she doesn't have the experience of all the other drivers around her. Again, Bilicki, even Riley Herbst at this point, they have the experience of these late race restarts. Haley Deegan doesn't have that in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Now, she does have some truck experience, although she hasn't been in the mix at a lot of those. But here we go. Lights should be off on the pace car, and we should be going green this time by. Should be green flag this time by. And this is going to be interesting. Again, we got a lot of drivers trying to save some fuel here. Question is, again, who and how much? We got Austin Hill. Okay, where's Austin Hill? He is lining up inside line. So we're looking inside line for that white and blue car. Because again, Austin Hill, if he does have anything left in that tank, we know his physical tank, we know he's got plenty. The question is the damage. Has the damage hindered him a ton here? And Jesse Love, after a lot of swerving, he's locked in the line. Green, green, green. Green flag is out, and they are back to racing. And can anybody from this front group, can they fuel mileage it to the checkers? Oh, somebody's around, and oh no, I believe that was Ryan Ellis in the back of the field. And that is going to be, he spins, but no caution. I thought he came back up into the field and the cameras just didn't show it. But no, there's no caution. So I guess he must have locked it down and kept it out of harm's way. So Ryan Ellis takes himself out of contention. We'll have to wait and see if NASCAR throws a caution for that before they come back around to the white. And I say he is still in kind of that apron area. Jesse Love, though, he is somehow, some way, fuel saved his way all the way to the white flag this time by. Riley Herbst with the fresh rubber is making his way through here. Same thing with the 21. The 21 has some speed. White flag is waving. We will see the checkers this time around. Whether it's paired with some yellow flags or not, we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. The 98. Looks like the 15 is out of fuel. Looks like the 15 of Deegan is out of gas. Next flag ends the race. You got Leland Honeyman Jr. You got Ryan Ellis with the wrecked race car on the bottom. Everybody's swerving here. Jesse Love trying to defend. He's got Brennan Poole up top. Brennan Poole's got the fresh fuel. You gotta block him. You gotta block him here, Love. You gotta block him. No, Brennan Poole drag racing him on the outside. Brennan Poole's got more fuel in the tank. The 2 of Jesse Love is gonna come up short. No! Jesse Love finds that final gear. He has the extra gear off the final corner. Spin for the 35 of Gase. It's Love across the checkered flag, and the RCR Invitational is won by Jesse Love after an insane series of events that lead to this one. Jesse Love, I thought he'd lost it there, and he finds an extra gear, I guess, off of turn 4, and just powers his way to the checkers. And again, Joey Gase coming up just short, spinning on the final 100 feet or so. Ends up going for the spin, but man, Jesse Love, how much gas does he have left for the burnout for his first race? And yes, that was an amazing race there, LTX. Jesse Love with the amazing, I don't know how he saved that much fuel, but hey, I've been calling it all day long. It was the RCR Invitational, and hey, there was an RCR car in the mix at the end, and that RCR car wins the race. Let's go. I was right on the money on that one. So the RCR Invitational at Talladega goes to Jesse Love for his first career win. Definitely the first of many. He's looked very fast. He won the pole at Texas last week in addition to the pole at the first 2 super speedways of the season. And I don't think this will be the end of Jesse Love. This is only the beginning of a very good story this kid is writing. And there we go. Jesse Love burns it down the front stretch. And is he trying to write the number 2 in the tires? I think that might be what he's going for. He's trying to draw the number 2. Or no, he might just be trying to spin it. I thought he might have been trying to draw the number 2 with the tire, with the burned rubber there, but I don't know. I think he's just celebrating right now. This kind of, the way he's celebrating kind of reminds me of Noah Gragson when he got that first win at Daytona. Just kind of celebrating in almost every manner that he can think of here. Again, we'll have to wait and see when he gets out the car if he has a similar type celebration or if he has one specific celebration planned out for this first career Xfinity Series win. But there we go. Jesse Love climbing from the car. And on top of the world, it's Jesse Love with the heart to the fans. There we go. That's a very fitting celebration there. So thank you guys for everybody that tuned in. If you guys are just tuning in for the stream, I will be back tomorrow with the Cup race, and then next weekend it looks like it'll just be the NASCAR Cup Series race from Dover. But as per usual, we will go through the full finishing order, let you guys know where your favorite driver finished. But if you guys, again, we're just here for the race recap or the race reaction. Thank you guys for everybody that tuned in. Hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. Yeah, I was surprised well, I thought off a turn when he was entering the tri-oval, I thought he was running out of fuel. And certainly against Brennan Poole on the outside, I thought for sure Brennan Poole, he had the fresher tires, he had the fresher fuel. But then Jesse Love just finds an extra gear through that tri-oval. Here we go. Let's see we're going to get to see this one again before I get into the going through the finishing order. But Yeah, he just finds another gear through that tri-oval and just pulls away, gets a full car length and even a bit of room in between himself and the 98, who eventually comes home second here. But yeah, so here we go. Let's go. Jesse Love coming home first, as we all have kind of talked about. Love that one for him. 124 laps on the day, and he manages to lead the important one. Riley Herbst's coming home a heartbreaking second place. He played the strategy pretty much perfectly, but then was reminded that it was the RCR Invitational, and RCR wins the race. So Anthony Alfredo comes home with a top 5 here with the number 5 car. Hope to see him maybe convert that to a race win here someday soon. But hey, another great finish for Anthony Alfredo here at Talladega Superspeedway. Leland Honeyman Jr. comes home a strong 4th place finish. And Brennan Poole, he looked like he was about to win the race off of turn 4 as they came through the tri-oval before Love found that extra gear, and he ends up coming across the line 5th as he forgot to block the 98. Sheldon Creed, still without a career win, watching the driver in the car that he drove last year find victory lane with only in under 10 attempts here. A 6th place finish, though, nothing to be upset about there for Sheldon Creed. Cesar Baccarella comes home in the 45 car, 7th for Alpha Prime Racing. Matt DiBenedetto with a strong top 10 run here today. Jeb Burton comes home in the number 27 car, 9th. And defending champion Cole Custer, he had a strong run all day long, comes home in the 10th position. Mason Massey comes home driving that number 14 car, 11th. Haley Deegan with a really nice run ends up coming home 12th here. And Ryan Sieg, we completely forgot about it in the middle of all that. Ryan Sieg wins the $100,000 by beating AJ Allmendinger. We'll get to that one in a moment. But yeah, Haley Deegan, great run. Wish it could have been a little bit better, but she ran out of gas late down the stretch there and lost a couple spots. Kyle Sieg with a great finish. I believe that might be a career best for him, finishing 13th in this one, driving that number 28 car. Then you got Austin Hill in the comes home 14th after what was an amazing day with a wreck with 2 laps to go. And Taylor Gray rounding out your top 15 finishers here tonight. Josh Bilicki, the guy I originally pegged as a potential spoiler here when we were first talking about the fuel mileage, he comes home 16th place. Ryan Sieg winning the $100,000 in the Dash for Cash. He gets it. 17th place is good enough today. Joey Gase comes home 18th after the spin through the grass with the coming to the checkers. 19th, AJ Allmendinger comes up short of the $100,000 bonus. But still a respectable day for AJ Allmendinger, especially considering all the contact that he ended up in throughout the day. Josh Williams, what looked like was going to be a very strong day for him. Ultimately, after all is said and done, he comes home 20th. Nothing too bad, but he's just not been able to find much luck to start this season off with Colleague. Then you got Sammy Smith in the comes home 21st. 22nd for Shane Van Gisbergen, the last car in the lead lap. And, again, shout out to him for leading a couple of laps here at Talladega today. Blaine Perkins comes home 23rd, the first car 1 lap down. David Starr comes home 1 lap down. I'm assuming these guys ran out of fuel, some of these guys who were 1 lap down. Chandler Smith comes home in the 81, rounding out your top 25. And Ryan Ellis, the only other driver, only 1 lap down in 26th place. Kyle Weatherman coming home 27th. 28th was Dawson Cram, both of them 4 laps off the pace. Parker Kligerman comes home 7 laps short of the checkers. Parker Retzloff 11 laps shy of the checkered flag. His team owner 1 spot worse, Jordan Anderson in 31st place, 13 laps shy of the checkered flag. Patrick Emmerling also 13 laps shy of the checkered flag in 32nd place. Then you got Brandon Jones, Ryan Truex, and Jeremy Clements, along with Sam Mayer, all 59 laps behind the checkered flag, finishing 33rd, 34th for Ryan Truex, 35th for Clements, and 36th for Mayer. And then Jeffrey Earnhardt, 78 laps shy of the checkered flag, is where he gets scored today in the 37th position. And rounding out your 38-car field here tonight, 100 laps behind the race, is Justin Allgaier, the first retirement from the race. So, there we go. That is everything here from Talladega Superspeedway. Thank you guys for everybody that stuck around through the whole stream. But until next time, again, we will see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for the NASCAR Cup Series race from Talladega. And I will see you guys in the next video. Live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And goodbye!